Hi there, and welcome to a special edition of The Evidence, episode 37. My friend Neville Thompson is a very well-respected image analyst and processor and hunter himself, and he provides all the gigapans and gigamacros that we depend upon to do most of our work. And one of his latest is the 2687 Greenheugh Pediment Selfie. Every once in a while, curiosity stops and it takes a picture of itself just to show its friends at home and post on Instagram. I don't know. But this particular gigamacro that Neville produced is loaded with anomalies. And I personally found 5 of them when it first came out, and I'd like to show those to you. So this entire episode is about Neville Thompson and about Greenheugh Pediment. So sit back and get ready to get weirded out. In my first pass examining Nev's rendering, there were 5 anomalous items that popped out. Now, once you see them, you and I both know that these are mostly fractal, except for the last one we'll see. So these are open to interpretation. So here we go. Whatever that bullseye under the rock is, it's either highly reflective or generating its own light. Look at the direction of the sunlight and shadows. This should be almost impossible to see in the dark shadow under the rock, yet there it is. Now, take a look at the rock itself, letting your eyes play over it from left to right. See the circular formation? The tube-like shapes draped over the top. Is this possibly a mud fossil of a technological device, or is it just a rock? I'm wide open to your perspective on the bullseye. Moving along, we can see where Curiosity's wheel has just grazed that flat rock in the target area. There's something shiny there that caught my eye. This little guy is probably no more than 3 or 4 inches across. Is that really metal shining in the sunlight, or is it a scrape from Curiosity's wheel exposing lighter colored rock underneath? It has a kind of symmetry though, doesn't it? I get the impression of a somewhat corroded metal part that's been protected by the flat rock next to it, until Curiosity's wheel dislodged it from its hiding place. Like I said, this is not a non-fractal item, but it has intriguing possibilities. Let's move on. It's interesting to me how the sand in this image is kind of a lavender grayish color, quite different from what we're accustomed to see. That chunk down in the right-hand corner kind of jumped out at me. The broken off portion on the upper left is definitely metal, in my opinion. It reflects too strongly in the sunlight to be anything else. That makes me think that whatever this is maybe metal too, through and through. It looks like it was squeezed in a giant hand, doesn't it? Look at the upper left corner in the background. See the square beam half buried in the sand with all its different little extensions? And look at the bottom left corner of our metallic rock. Something with rings is hidden just behind that small rock in front of it. Except for that beam in the upper left corner, nothing here is non-fractal enough to put the Mars X3D stamp of approval on it, but it's a strange one that's worth a look, isn't it? On this one, we're starting to get into non-fractal territory. That right angle in the target area is what caught my eye. Now, first off, I don't believe that beaded part is a photographic artifact. It's too bright, and the object was too close to the camera to display the typical beading or breaking up of the image that we often find in these pictures. I could be wrong, of course, but look at the rest of the object. I know it's blurry, but to my eyes, that looks like a mangled and corroded bit of machinery. But enough of this borderline stuff. Let's move into non-fractal territory. Take a moment to just look at this Martian landscape. I think this is a beautiful area, don't you? Kind of hard to ignore that cube in the lower left corner. It pops right out of the background. Now we're getting somewhere. Take a good look at this and tell me it's not made of metal and that it's not a machine or a machine component. What's most obvious is its cubical shape, its reflectivity or albedo that indicates metal, and that big, beautiful circular depression up top in the center. And what about all those extensions on the right side? It looks like the entire thing was ripped from its mounting. And one little detail that for me is kind of like the cherry on top. The upper left corner of the cube, there's a perfect little curlicue of metal. You can pontificate all day about pareidolia for you trolls out there, but this is one more case where the mathematics of non-fractality preclude your denials. This is an artifact from a vanished civilization. Period. Hey, thanks for stopping by and looking over this evidence with me. You know, if you like the video, help me out. Hit the like button. That's the coin of the realm. I'm not monetized. This is the only way I know you like something. This is your buddy Dave, over at Mars X 3D. Be well.